It's great to have you back on, chatting
Thank
about
you.
herring again.
Yes.
It's the launch of the herring app. Talk to us about it.
Yes, absolutely. So the last time I was here, you let me witter on for a couple minutes about herring stocks and how important they have been culturally, historically in Scotland, particularly on the west coast, and how unfortunately in the 70s there was a huge population crash. But then in the spring of 2018, there were large shoals of herring seen to be spawning off the coast of Gairloch, where they historically were known to spawn, and it just sort of pushed this huge interest in identifying where current herring spawning grounds now are. Edinburgh Napier University with Professor Karen Deal and Dr. Michelle Frost sort of spearheaded this herring hunt project with the help of various other organizations in the West Coast, including Westeros Fisheries Trust, to really just try and identify and track down where these spawning sites are. And now, when I was here last, I was saying that there's a reporting app in the works, and we were super excited for that to launch. And I can say now we are super excited to announce that it has been launched, and it is available to citizen scientists, to residents, school students, fishers, tour guides, visitors, anyone that sees any evidence of herring spawning or shoals of herring. Are very welcome to sign on to the app and just make a quick report of what they saw and where they saw and when they saw it. And that app can be found at scottishherring.org/herring-hunt- 2023, and I will make sure that we post that on at Skye and Lookout socials, because I know it's a little bit of a long one to remember, but even if you just go to scottishherring.org, you can work through the website and find the reporting app from there. This is the time of the year where herring are thought to be spawning in this sort of spring period, and you can get a great idea for where they're spawning. Firstly, obviously, if you're seeing herring eggs, but also big collections of or big flocks of feeding seabirds and also marine mammals, because herring eggs are excellent sources of food for those individuals, and fish themselves are great sources of food for those other species. So if you're familiar with herring, we'd love to hear any sightings that you have, and it only takes a couple minutes to make a report.
Great, fantastic, very exciting. Exciting for people who live here. Also quite exciting for people who are visiting the island as well. That maybe out in a boat or whatever on the seashore around the coast. They can something to do while they're here.
Yeah, exactly. If you're out on a tour boat and you see, big flock of birds feeding, and your tour guide says, "Oh, let's go see what that is," and they identify a big shoal of herring that's spawning. Absolutely, not only are you getting to witness a really amazing part of nature, but you're also contributing to an amazing citizen science project that's helping us identify these really important habitats that are getting used by current herring shoals. So absolutely, what a wonderful way to give back to to the environment that you're getting to explore. Obviously, with Easter weekend coming up, there's probably going to be a lot of extra folk wandering around, getting to see Skye, and hopefully we'll get a few interested people to maybe see something and maybe report it. I should also say that we have gotten reports of herring spawning already in sort of Westeros area, and then also out in the Outer Hebrides. So even if you saw herring spawning a few weeks ago, or even last year, please by all means report that anyway. We're happy for all sort of current and historic sightings to be listed. So please by all means get in touch. And also, if you don't even want to use the app, but you want to let us know, you can find us at slrt.org.uk, and we're happy to make that report support for you as well. So so please feel free to just get in touch if you've got any questions or anything like that. So yeah.
Superb. Is there a way of kind of going on to the kind of app searches and searching it that way, or is it basically through the website, head that direction?
Yeah, I think probably through the website is the best way of tracking it down. So again, that's scottishherring.org. So hopefully fairly straightforward to find. And then once you get onto the website, you can see the reporting app is listed in the top of the page. So yeah, it should hopefully be fairly straightforward. But again, just get in touch if you've got any questions. And yeah, I think. Even if you've got just questions in general about herring, we're happy to talk about them. So just get in touch.
Isabel is your herring expert here on Skye.
Well, now that might be a title that I can't quite cop to just yet, but maybe in another few years.
Exactly. Do go and download the app, because it's a huge part of our heritage here in Skye and Loch Alsh, the herring industry, and it's fantastic to see that there's already people getting involved.
Yes.
and reporting already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so heartening to see sort of people feeling connected and engaged with this project. Again, the history of herring in Scotland is so important, and really the purpose of this is just to try and promote and encourage herring populations to come back to maybe not exactly where they were before, because that would be quite hard, but to get them back to a more resilient, sustainable level. We're just really pleased to see people engaging with that in such a positive way. So thanks to everyone that has already gotten in touch.
Excellent. It's great to have you on,
Thank
Isabel.
You so much.